Hump Day is upcoming, and that means Happy Valley races Wednesday night, of course, with 9 races at the City Circuit. Welcome to Racing to Win, and we have it previewed for you all right here on the show. Joined in the studio today by Paul Lally and Nick Child. And Nick, what are some of the highlights?
Well, plenty of them, Mark. Actually, we've got obviously a 9-race programme, but I think the 2 races we're going to preview on this show, certainly some of the most competitive we've seen at Happy Valley for a long while. Plenty of chances, that's for sure. So there are a couple of races you can slice a number of ways, Mark.
Absolutely, plenty of high-grade races, which is great to see on the program. Paul, are there jackpots also?
Yeah, there are. There's a couple of good ones. 3.8 million going into the triple trio, so that should get over the 8 million mark. And also 1 million into the 4th double trio. Last couple of races there, it's always worth a crack.
All right, now before we get into Happy Valley, there's been 25 million trials this season, and with 11 race meetings to go, got the boys to pick out a horse to follow from them. And Nick, we start with your one up at Chungfa.
We do, yeah. Look, he's a horse by the name of Lim Shavano, who's had 3 trials here in Hong Kong. This is the second of them. He's highlighted there in the Club Silk, so he's the horse with the black cap, yellow sleeves there, currently in second. Formerly trained over in Singapore, this horse, by Dan Ma. Now, he had 4 runs over there, and he won 3 of them. His final 3 races he was victorious in, and he actually ran at their very last meeting, won by nearly 4.5 lengths that day, over 1,200 metres. He clearly has plenty of ability. He started here off marker 70, so it's not going to be easy, but I haven't minded that trial especially. And he's a horse certainly with talent, that's for sure. You don't win 3 out of 4 without being, a little bit decent. So I think he's a horse to follow. All
right, Lim's Shavano for Nick. What about you, Paul?
Going to go with one. He's only had the 1 start. He's called Team Folks. Actually made him the long shot in debut. I sort of went 1 race too early, I think, with him, because he had trialled well leading into it. But this trial I thought was exceptional on the outside. He's in those familiar yellow and red colours there, and he got to the front and he just was under a massive hold here. There's definitely plenty of ability with this horse. If he doesn't perform on the turf next start, keep it on when he gets to the all-weather as well. I wouldn't give up on him if he, by any stretch of the imagination, because I think he's a horse with good ability. His son is Super Seth. His Team Folks is what he's called, and he actually has entered for the weekend.
He is, as is this horse, Lahore, who's had a couple of starts, beaten a neck in both of them. He has also had a quiet trial since this last start. 30s running over 1,000 metres, up against a host of first starters. The all-rounder who is nominated for the same races also trialled well, but he's gone close in 2 starts. Zach Purton has trialled him since this run, which is always a good sign. Jamie Richards' horses have found form, so I'll make Lahore the horse to follow alongside Lim Shavano for Nick and Team Folks for Paul. And now it's on to the Valley on Wednesday night for meeting number 77. It's on the A course with the 2 races that we feature. The Class 3 1650 and the Class 2 over the 1,200 metres. Good quality meeting this one. Race number 8 has Keefe at the top of the book. Last start winner, extra £9 on his back though. Better draw and a £7 claim for Sky Trust. First look at Happy Valley for Another World. It's not for Romantic Lau, he's a 4-time course and distance. Wider draw for Star Contact. Both Prestige Good and Harmony Galaxy come up in grade with wins next to their name. So too does Ivy League and Supreme Agility down at the bottom of the book. Matthew Chadwick rides him for Pierre Unga. Highland Rahi is the leader, Paul.
Yeah, look, he's a horse that does like to lead, Highland Rahi, so he's got plenty of pace. I think he can go and lead there. Prestige Good went forward at his last start. Keithy as well won't be too far away. He's a horse that can just sort of get him behind as well. Another World, little query on him because he's coming here for the first time. Star Contact likes to go forward, but he could get trapped a little bit wide there. And poor old Romantic Lau with a wide draw, I think he's going to have to go all the way to the back.
We know the Trainers Premiership, John Size, has a handy little buffer over David Hayes at the moment. However, Nick, the unofficial title when it comes to racing at Happy Valley is much closer. It's very competitive. 4 between Mark Newnham and Douglas White.
Yeah, look, it makes for plenty of interest, doesn't it, as we get towards the end of the season. Obviously, the season this year finishing at Happy Valley as well. So it could be a real grandstand finish there. But look, Mark Newnham, he's had plenty of nice horses run around here. Obviously doesn't mind a winner at the Valley. Tony Cruz, of course, and Casper and Douglas. So it's an interesting one, Paul.
Yeah, quite close, isn't it, going into it? So a lot of sort of a contest within a contest, isn't it?
And his couple of good weeks for Casper has narrowed the gap too and put him in calculation to retain that title of King of the Valley. But the man leading that is Mark Newnham, and Nick spoke about his chance in race number 8. Excellent value.
Mark Noonan, we're off to Happy Valley on Wednesday night, traditionally, of course, and you've got Excellence Value lining up in race 8. Really good competitive race, this one, isn't it? But you've got a very competitive horse.
Yeah, he's been really consistent all season. His form at Happy Valley has been good. He's a very easy horse to train and manage. He holds his weight well. He's a easy horse going in the morning, so he's nice, relaxed. He's got a good Hong Kong profile to be a successful horse here.
Yeah, he's certainly looking that way. You're bringing him back to 1650 as well. Is that just a matter of sort of circumstance, or is that just wanting to get him back to this winning trip?
Yeah, just back to his winning trip. I think he's probably going to be better in a race where he can be the last one to challenge, like when he won. A couple of the races he's been in lately, there's been mid-race moves, and he's just had to go a little early, and left himself a bit vulnerable late. Look, he goes in there in the same form. He's drawn to have a midfield position. He'll be in the finish somewhere.
I mean, he got the 18 okay though, didn't he, his last couple?
Oh, absolutely, and he's won up to 2,000, so that doesn't bother me at all. It was just a matter of trying to find the right race for him where he can try and get another win before the end of the season. Yeah,
no mean feat last time. So he was giving £3 I think to Cambridge last time out. I must ask you, obviously, the way things are going around Happy Valley, things are going generally very good for you and your stable, but Happy Valley, things are going well. You're currently, I think, just leading the sort of the standings there for the trainer with the most wins, so that's quite something.
Yeah, look, it is. Look, for a stable in their second season, I've got Casper and Tony Cruz breathing down my neck, so they've got a little bit more Happy Valley experience than I have. But look, I think it's just picking the right horses to run there and getting your tactics right. That's an essential part of winning at Happy Valley, getting your tactics right.
And is that something now? I know we're sort of getting to the sort of the dying embers of the season, if you will. And is that something now that you're sort of at the top of the pile? You think, right, okay, let's try and cement this and at least sort of take that Happy Valley crown.
Not necessarily. I think it's just a matter of placing the horses where they can win, and if they happen to win and I stay on top, well and good. If they're not quite good enough, well, there's always next year.
There's no official title for it, but we can present it on the show to start next year before Happy Valley, Paul and Nick.
It's not a bad idea.
Yeah.
King of the Valley.
Yeah.
It's good. Good ring to it.
The Wednesday King of the Valley, Mark Noonan studio. Return to Happy Valley for next season, whoever wins it. All right, Excellence Value, Paul. Chances? Yeah,
I got him in for second, actually. I think he's a big chance in this. He's been so consistent this season. And from barrier number 6, Sleep for Iris aboard, he's going to get the right run.
I like him a lot, yeah. I think he's got a cracking chance there, actually.
That's a good start to our breakdown of race number 8. Nick, what about Highland Rahi and Keefe? He's very hit and miss, but he does generally do this at least once a season.
He does, yeah. Dear old Keefe. He's probably one of the hardest horses to try and predict here in Hong Kong. So, look, he's going to need to back it up, back to winning ways with a course and distance win last time. Draws well enough here. Matthew Poon on board obviously knows him well. Look, Highland Rahi just seems to have really sort of found some form and held on to it nicely at the moment. He's drawn well also, and he's possible pace, Paul, so it'll give you a good sign. Yeah,
it'll definitely be. I think that'll probably be the lead trail scenario in it with those two. So, yeah, you'll get a good opportunity.
A couple of horses coming up in grade with wins next to their name, Paul. Start with Prestige Good. This was very impressive last time. £126 for his run this week in Class 3. It does get harder, though.
Yeah, it does. Look, 2 starts ago, he was on a really quick pace, and he was the only one that was there at the end. Then he's come in here, and they went a little bit more slowly, and as such, he was able to sprint away. I think he'll sit just off Highland Rahi. So, look, I'm going to include him. I think he's progressive.
Yeah, look, I think so. I mean, he's had 3 goes in the grade now. He's only had 7 runs all up, so I think you have to slightly forgive him those efforts because they were early on. Now he's found form. He could definitely carry it forward.
What about this one too? Nick, Harmony Galaxy. Both of his wins in Class 4 at his last 2 have been 1,800 metres. He has a record of 7 starts over 1,650 for 3 placings.
He does, yeah. Look, I thought it was perhaps a... I don't want to split hairs. I mean, it's 150 metres, so in some respects it could be neither here nor there. But I just think the fact he's looked quite good over 18, he likes a good pace to aim at, which he'll get here, I hasten to add, so he'll be running home. I would have much preferred it if this was 18, but I still think he's got a chance. He's in form.
Yeah, he's in good form. He's won his 2. I couldn't believe the odds when he won over 20 to 1 there. Again, I prefer him over the 18. It was a hard race to eliminate horses, but he was one I did eliminate.
He goes out, Harmony Galaxy. Now we've got Star Contact running second here, Paul. He does love the trip, but he's come up with barrier number 11, as opposed to Sky Trust, who's drawn a gate, and Casper's gone for the £7 claim again.
He's going to be a lot closer, Sky Trust. He's a very consistent horse. He's drawn wide his last 3 starts and run on, caught the eye all 3 times. Here from barrier number 4, I think he's a big chance in the race. I don't like star contact in this race from the draw.
No, the draw is going to be obviously against him, I think, isn't it? No, Sky Trust is very much of interest. It's only his 3rd run here as well.
If it's not already a really good race, Nick, this horse just continues to add to it. Another World. He's coming to Happy Valley for the first time and also going to the 1650 for the first time, but he has placed over the mile at Shah 10.
He has, yeah. Look, I mean, he's a fascinating runner. Obviously, Zach is on board, getting back on board here and stepping up in trip. Obviously, this race on a Kermadec. But look, he's usually there or thereabouts. Never beaten all that far, including this day last time when Hugh rode him. So, look, he's a very interesting runner. He's never obviously been here for a trial, but I'll be fascinated to see how he goes.
Yeah, I'm going to include him. You're right. You need to put him in on Trust a bit because he hasn't been under the lights before. But he's been very good at Shah 10, and there's no reason why he can't bring it to Happy Valley. That one run that he did, you know, when he looked like he was blocked and beaten and still managed to get up, I thought was a really good run.
It was a massive performance. So that is a breakdown, Paul, of what is just an excellent race.
Yeah, a really good race coming up in race number 8. And so I'm going to go with Sky Trust, though. He's only been to Happy Valley twice. He drew 12 last time and still ran 4th. And the other time he was here, he drew 7 and ran 3rd. So, look, he's got a lot better draw, so he'll get the £7 claim. Excellence Value, we heard from Mark Newnham there. Another World. And Prestige Good. He should be right on the pace. 2-5-3-7.
Yeah, look, a real tough race, this. It's one that would give you a headache, that's for sure, because there are so many chances. But 5 for me on top, Excellence Value for Mark Newnham and Luke Ferraris. Harmony Galaxy, look, I put him in because I think the pace will suit him in this, though it is tougher. Another World goes in first try round here, and Highland Rahi, model of consistency, I think will run well again. 5-8-3-9.
That's the preview for the Class 3. We go up in grade following the break to preview the last, which is a Class 2, with plenty more to come on Racing to Win right after this. Welcome back to Racing to Win. Before we crack on to race number 9, Paul, your last run reminder is about to be revealed.
It is. We're going with Good Prospect in race number 3. Now, he's got a very good barrier draw, barrier number 3. He drew 7 here, and prior to that, he drew 1, and then he ran 2nd and was just beaten. So you see, he had to go all the way back there, and he didn't get the clearest of runs in the straight either, and they didn't go quick. So there was a lot of things against us all. So I think he can get into the trail here on Wednesday night. He's from the inside draw. You could see him once there wasn't much room back on the inside, but did make some good ground late as he finished off. He's going to be a lot closer in the run. The best part of his run was that last 50 metres when he was going through horses. So I expect a better run.
Rails in the same position as it was on that night too. So race 3, number 10, Good Prospect, is the last run reminder. The last race is the Wanchai Gap Handicap, and Aurora Lady at the top of the book goes from the 1,000 to the 1,200. Sonpak Foos come in as number 2 and will carry the top weight. He's in to replace Glory Elite. So 134 pounds. Barrier 7, Matthew Chadwick rides, a horse that loves the 1,200 at Happy Valley. As does Tomodachi Kokoro. He's a 4-time course and distance winner. Horsepower, first time at 1,200 metres for him. Wonder Kid a wider draw. Kaholo Angel has his 2nd run in this grade. Midwinter Win, first look at Happy Valley for him. Colourful King goes from the 1,000 to the 1,200. And Harmony and Blessed is a 3-time course and distance winner, Paul, with plenty of speed in the race, but the stable mates are up front here.
Yeah, so look, they might not take each other on. I mean, there was, with Glory Elite coming out of the race, it really helps Tomodachi Kokoro because I think he's got a better chance of getting across outside Harmony and Blessed. Aurora Lady, Colourful King, like he steps up from 1,000, as does Horsepower. So both those two, I think, will get opportunities. Stellar Express, now he's drawn wide. Now, he showed really good speed over 1,000 last start down the straight. It's whether he can get across with these other 2 horses, but he's the one I thought that might put a little bit of pace into the race. Sonpak Fu comes into the race, goes back. And Gusto Sissimo is another one that can go forward, but from barrier 9, the pace underneath him, I think he'll go back.
He's a horse that he was a winner 2 starts ago. Gusto Sissimo, an extra 8 pounds on his back. Horsepower has been electric since he's been here, and Nick spoke to his trainer, Frankie Law.
Frankie Law, you've got Horsepower lining up in race 9 on Wednesday evening. A horse who's doing a really good job. He's now a 3-time winner from 4. Good to get him back to the races?
Yes, but this time we need to try 1,200 for him.
Just looking at that makeup, obviously his wins have been over 1,000. Was it just a case of lack of options that you've had to come over 12 now?
At this moment, no more 1,000 in Happy Valley, so I need to try. I tried him once 1,200 last week, but he tried good, yeah.
He's obviously a very nice horse. I mean, let's have a look or chat about his run last time. I mean, he won nicely, he wasn't going away, but he was still sort of lugging in, a little bit green. There's a bit more to come from this horse, isn't there?
Yes, I think he need to relax him early stage, and then he can have a strong finish, yeah.
You've given him a recent trial as well. How did he come through that?
Jockey said he tried 1,200. He more relaxed now, so that's why I think he will handle 1,200 now, yeah.
And obviously the trip is one thing, I suppose, but he's now into Class 2 company. We know it gets a lot stronger and a lot deeper, this sort of grade. But do you think he's a horse who will take the step up naturally?
I think so. He can have a strong finish. I think it should be okay, yeah.
So there's Frankie Paul. 1,200 metres, does it look any issue, do you think?
Not really. I wouldn't have thought so. The way he races, he's just got to relax a little bit. He still does a few things wrong, as Frankie says, and the horse still manages to win 3 out of 4. He's obviously got plenty of ability. He's got Zach Purton aboard.
Yeah, look, there's plenty of positives. It's a furlong. I think he'll get it okay for sure.
Here's Zach's record for the season, Nick. Nearly 50% top 3. That's an amazing stat.
It's not bad. It's not bad at all, is it? And the win strike rate obviously not very bad also. But having a look at his rides coming up, he starts with Mr. Aladdin in the opening Class 5. Sunday Serenade obviously has some sort of chance. Midori Fuji looks a really strong chance. Also got the Bienvenue, and all the second half there. Paul looks pretty strong as well towards the end. Yeah,
Casa Rochester's only a small horse, but he's got a big heart. And Storm Rider, he's done everything but win recently.
It's a bludger of a book, isn't it?
I reckon he could add to that 50% stat, put it that way.
Absolutely. It's a great night of rides for Zach on Wednesday night. But trying to stop him, Paul, will be horses like Stella Express. And here he is over the 1,000 metres last time at Sha Tin. And both wins have been over the 1,000 at Sha Tin so far.
Yeah, look, I didn't want him to stay. And he went to the front, jumped really well, and away he went. I can't see him doing something similar in this race from a wide draw, though. He's got plenty of pace underneath him, steps up to 1,200. Prefer him down the straight.
Likewise. Look, I'm not say he can't run well over this trip, because he has done in the past, sort of good thirds behind Fast Network, but he was well held that day. But again, I'm with Paul. I prefer him down the straight.
Here is a genuine Happy Valley horse, Nick. This is Harmony and Blessed. Winning last time from outside the speed. We know he likes to race handy, if not on the pace. He showed here that he could run down a tearaway leader.
He did, yeah. Look, he's no back number as well at the age of 8, this fellow. They put him up £6. He's won 7 times around. He's won 9 in all, so he's going for his 10th win, which is quite extraordinary. Just shy of 15 million in prize money. But I think at the age of 8, it gets that bit tougher for him, though. Look, you can't knock it. He's still winning at that age.
Yeah, no, he's been a fantastic horse for his owners, there's no question. Did beat the 1.4 or 1.5 chance in that race as well. But again, can he put 2 together as an 8-year-old up £6? I'm not so sure.
A few little questions around Harmony and Bless. Now, this is Kaholo Angel, Paul, who generally likes to take a sit. Is the scratching of Glory Elite maybe the worst thing that could happen to him? The pace maybe not as fast as what it would have been if Glory Elite was in the race?
Yeah, definitely. It's definitely gone from good to fast. It'd be still on the faster side of good, but it'll be closer to good, I think, now with that horse coming up. I mean, Kaholo Angel's done really well. He's won 2 of his last 3, but he is at an all-time high rating now.
Yeah, this will demand more, I think, off 85. And the claim's going to help matters. Good draw, but it certainly does get tougher.
Plenty of talk about horsepower, Nick, to start this segment. This horse, Colourful King, a little bit like horsepower, has done a great job. Also all over 1,000 metres.
Yeah, which is interesting actually. I mean, his recent trial win I thought was very impressive actually, and the horse that beat him last time was Glory Elite. Obviously, he doesn't go in this now, but obviously he's beaten by a horse that does get the 6 furlongs that bit better, that bit stronger. But I mean, this horse is he's very lightly raced and he's doing little wrong. So you'd be hard pushed to say he can't win it, Paul.
No, exactly. And look, and he does come in with a light weight as well, so he looks tough to beat.
Quick touch on Aurora Lady at the top 2.
I'm going to put him in for 4th, Aurora Lady. He can be a little bit hit and miss from the barriers at the moment, but from barrier 1 he'll get his chance.
Yeah, good trial. Trialled well, and gate 1, Matthew Poon's on. Start 13 of the season. He's rock hard fit.
And he's just adding to a very, very good lineup in race number 9. So he's in for 4th. Paul, who's in front of him?
We'll go with Colourful King with the lightweight to beat Horsepower. Not much between the two of them. 11 to beat 5. I'm going to put Tomodachi Kokoro in because he loves Happy Valley, and it was a really strong run from him last time behind Lady's Choice. And look, I think he can get outside his leader, and they won't get into a speed battle. Outside a stablemate, I should say, Harmony and Blessed. And then Aurora Lady in for 4th. 11, 5, 3, 1.
Yeah, go with the 5 here at Horsepower. Okay, it was a tough race again to try and find the selections for, but Horsepower for me over Colourful King. I don't think there's a great deal between the pair of them going up in trip. Aurora Lady in for 3rd, I think, can run well. Look, I put Kaholo Angel in, just that he's in such good form, and he does obviously get that £7 off again. 5, 11, 1 and 7.
And that is the preview for race 9. We've seen race 8 on the show too, and if you want a preview for all of the races, they are available on website with everything else, hkjc.com. Click on audio and video for that race by race analysis. But Paul, towards the end of the show, we always know it's best bet time.
Yeah, going to go with Zach Purton mount here earlier in the card. Race 4, number 1, Midori Fuji. He's got to overcome a wide draw once again, but he has had wide draws in his last 2 starts. You can see him down the outside here, and he's in those green colours, yellow cap. Just about won the race. Just couldn't quite get his bib in front, but I think he can in this one. So he's the best. Going to go for one who should be a really big price. Is race 5, number 4, Circuit Duffy. Now, Circuit Duffy's trialled really well recently. Has won at Happy Valley off a 52 rating in the past. So blinkers on last start, had no luck. And the play will do in race number 7, a QQP Cambridge, Star Mac and Chain of Gold.
Yeah, best bet for me on Wednesday night is coming up in the race we've just previewed. Horsepower, number 5, Zach Purton taking the ride here. We're going to have a look at his trial. There he is with the white cap, not put under any pressure whatsoever in this trial. He was just going through the gears really, and we saw his most recent success as well. I think he's still learning this horse, and going up in trip can suit him to 1,200 metres, and he's come a long way in a short space of time. He's a nice horse. And I think he can win again, so I've made him the best bet on Wednesday evening. And the value, race 3, number 2, King Excellente, Jimmy Orman on board for Douglas White, dropping to his last handicap mark and in grade, should suit him, so hopefully he can go well. And the play, race 6, a QQP there with 4, 5 and 12 in the 6th race.
It is a Zach Purton clean sweep for the best bets. Race 6, number 5, Storm Rider. He has been so close at Happy Valley recently. He's drawn barrier number 2. He's due to get one. Not sure what price he'll be with the book that Zach has got. We'll make him the best. The stablemate, race 7, number 4, Star Mac. Just a one-time winner from 23, but he's back to 1,800 metres, the same distance that he did win over. The sole win off a rating of 67. Runs off a rating of 70 on Wednesday night, and the play, a QQP 3, 4 and 5. Beauty Infinity, Giant Leaps won his last 2 and trialled well in Storm Rider in race number 6. That has been Racing to Win. Before we close the show, it's time to pull up the diary and see about what is upcoming. We've got a trophy race on Wednesday night, the Cricket Club Valley Stakes. Sunday is the start of the summer series. So trackside live, 10 races from 3:30. The first will be at 4 o'clock, and then back to Happy Valley on Wednesday night. And the break in June's not too far away, Nick, with Royal Ascot coming up.
Indeed, yeah. 2 weeks today, in fact. Yeah, look, it should be a good week, that, for Royal Ascot, and plenty of excitement and big races to watch on there, Paul.
Yeah, it always is. Royal Ascot, isn't it? All the pomp and ceremony and whatnot, and there'll be plenty of pomp and ceremony there on Saturday with the first of the summer series meetings, always very popular.
There's a lot of first starters too on Sunday.
Yeah, there always is, isn't there?
Especially lately.
A couple of good young up-and-coming horses too, Light Years Charm and also La Forza. Looking forward to seeing those two run around amongst others.
Yeah, for sure. No, nice horses. And it's that time of year, isn't it, when these young horses are sort of given a run or two before next season. Hopefully we see 1 or 2 stars maybe as well.
Absolutely. All those trial results are on the website too, and there is plenty of trial results to go through, 11 of them at Shah 10 alone on Tuesday morning. That has been Racing to Win. Big thanks to Nick, big thanks to Paul. That's been the Wednesday night meeting at Happy Valley. We'll join you later in the week for the first of the Racing to Win Summer Series.